Most of the time at work, people that we contact are having the worst day of their life, or one of them. And knowing Jesus and knowing the gospel gives me the opportunity to respond in a way that I know we can make their moment better. My name is Jake Leeper. I'm married to my wife, Lindsay, and we have 2 young daughters, Addie, who is 10, and Mary Blair, who is age 7. Monday through Friday, you can usually find me working as a Battalion Chief and paramedic in the Frisco Fire Department. The introduction to the fire service for me actually came from a family member. My cousin's married to a firefighter, and he's originally the person that kind of piqued my interest in the profession. But after that, and after learning more about it, I became more and more excited about the opportunities that it gives an individual who doesn't want to be necessarily in an office setting or doing the same type of business day in and day out. No day is ever the same as the last. It's always fun. It's always something to do, and you get to surround yourself with like-minded men and women who are similar in nature as you are. So the fire service is chock full of excitement and opportunities to help people make a difference in your communities. There's sin and suffering all over the world, and if it wasn't for the way things are today, then the need for fire and EMS wouldn't be necessary. The sin and the suffering brought on in this world affects those in the community and what their sin and suffering is, and it affects those of us who are especially trained and educated to be there for them. In most ways, I'm no different than the people I come into contact with in an emergency. They're suffering from something, but the gospel offers me the ability to not only provide help to them, but to understand their suffering and to know that the pain and the suffering is only temporary. There's an opportunity for us to look forward to the day when there will be no more pain and suffering in our world. One way that people can pray for public servants, fire, police, and other folks is that we are exposed to a lot of people in moments of despair and in tragic events. One thing that doesn't happen though is that when the event's over with and there's no more news coverage, that the emotions and the exposure that the fire and the EMS and public safety has to the event doesn't go away. It doesn't leave them. It lingers sometimes for months or years. And the mental component to that, the wear and tear on a person's emotional state will go on sometimes for decades. And so I would just encourage folks to know that public safety folks everywhere are constantly dealing with the reminders that come with doing their job, and to pray for the resources to be available for men and women to find help, and to know that they're not alone in their battle, that they have a Savior out there who knows what they're going through and is there to help them in every way possible.